I drank for you and me. Much too much, but not enough, you see. I thought that it's okay, dying slowly just today.
No, I think Tallahassee hates me right now, though. I don't think they like me too much.
Just this little evidence that you have?
Yeah, just some people's phone numbers, witnesses that were there that night.
Pen has not been fashioned into a shank.
No.
Where's blades now?
No, just another folded piece of paper in there.
Okay. Completely.
I just made one for me, one for her, you know.
And they're poking around looking for you.
I know. It was kind of, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of got nervous and scared just when I knew I had to come in and do this.
I'm going to have a seat. Well, I think you make smart decisions for everybody, especially me.
Yeah,
I have to drive all over the damn place.
yeah, and I know how it looks when you run. You don't, it doesn't look good, and I don't need that.
Well, definitely, if you have some
Oh yeah, I don't need
information that you think would be pertinent, you definitely ought to offer it, I think.
All right.
We have no interest in charging somebody who doesn't deserve to be charged.
Definitely.
It's not like we
side.
and we don't get any kind of extra money for the number of people we arrested or anything like that. All we do is get sued.
Yeah, I know, right?
Wade Wilson.
Wade, I'm Investigator Gary.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet
Very nice to
you.
meet you.
We did a little bit more than a pat down. He seems to have nothing else on except for some paperwork that he needed,
Okay.
some names or stuff to people that he thought you ought to talk to.
Perfect.
He has some photographic evidence that
Pictures, yes, ma'am.
might be relevant, and this is well, which is mostly evidence.
Okay, sounds good.
Anything else right now?
Nope,
All right.
I'm good, thank
Thanks.
you.
See you, Wade. Thanks.
Thank you. Yes, sir. You're welcome. How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm okay. I'm all right.
Thank you for coming up.
You're welcome.
Um,
You're welcome. I wanted to just show my side.
Excuse me back for interrupting. I'm going to do some paperwork.
Okay, sounds good, thank you.
That's weird. My mom said she knows you too.
Yeah,
With your,
yes.
I know I look like an idiot right now. I'm sorry. It's not how it looks though.
Well, like I said, I appreciate you coming up and talking to me, and I do want to talk to you about this. I want to record our conversation today, and I do need to advise you of your rights before we talk. So let me get through that part, and then we can talk about the
Okay.
case.
Yeah,
Okay?
definitely.
I don't have to record the rights, but I'll
Okay.
record our conversation.
Yeah, that's
So
fine.
name is Wade Wilson.
Right, correct. Yes, ma'am.
Today is what, the 7th?
I'm not really sure.
Yeah. Okay, your statement of rights. Before you answer any questions or make any statements, you must fully understand your rights. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to talk to a lawyer and have them present with you while you're being questioned. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed to represent you before any questioning if you wish. You can decide at any time to exercise these rights and not answer any questions or make any statements. I'm just going to put my name as the person that read it to you.
All right.
I'm going to ask you a series of 3 questions. I am going to write your answer, and then I'll have you verify what I wrote is correct, okay?
Okay, sure.
Do you understand each of these rights I've explained to you?
Yes, ma'am. I do.
Have you previously asked any other law enforcement officer to allow you to speak to an attorney about this incident?
No, ma'am.
Having these rights in mind, do you wish to talk to us now?
Yes, ma'am. I do.
Okay, what you'll do is just initial next to 1, 2, and 3 that what I wrote is correct, and then sign for me.
Sure.
Okay? All right, so So wait, you contacted me today and said that you wanted to speak with me and you had evidence for me. So tell me why you contacted me. What do you know about what's going on or whatever the case may be?
The reason that I contacted you is because obviously I've seen my warrant. I know what I've been charged with, and I did hide away for a few days, you know, and I did do that. The reason I did that is because I was scared. I've never had to face anything like this in my entire life. I've never done anything like this. I never had this against me, and I was scared as shit. I was frightened.
Okay.
The reason I came to you today is because I can't run no more. I didn't do what I'm being accused of. I want to prove my innocence. Not only that, but I know that running makes me look, you know, you run, I mean, what do I look like? Like I did it, you know, I'm not, so I'm coming in, I have to, for myself.
Okay.
I was scared though, so, you know, I don't have much evidence, I'm not gonna lie, there's not much for me, you know, to do, but why
don't you start with telling me what happened?
Okay, well, could you tell me your side real quick, because I just want to, you know,
I will tell you that you said you saw your warrants, and what were your warrants for?
For the sexual
battery?
Yeah, yes ma'am, sexual battery with the weapon, deadly weapon, and kidnapping.
Okay.
So
I can tell you that my case is regarding those crimes. I'm not going to give you the details of it. I'm offering you the opportunity to give me your side of what happened.
I know what it must be because
it was involving a female at a party you met.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I know. You want me to tell you the story and then give you the?
Yeah,
okay.
that's fine.
I know her name is either Caroline or Carolina because I had just met her that night. She does hang around the same group of girls that I know. They're all one big group. They're all they're all friends. But I'd seen her maybe a couple times before. Never talked to her. Don't know her. That was the first time we had talked or done anything. I went to the party that night. Me and 3 of my younger friends. They were just basically giving me a ride. They gave me and
Who
they
was
gave
that?
My friends Sid, Will, and Taylor.
Sydney.
No, his name's just Sid.
Sid what?
He's just got a, I'm not sure of his last name.
What about Will and Taylor?
I think Taylor is Taylor Owens.
Mm-hmm.
And then William, like Timon, or, Teeman or Timon.
Teeman?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're on my Facebook, but
Okay.
they were just giving us a ride, really. But they gave me, and they also gave one of my friends who's a girl a ride to the party. Her name's Caitlin Walker.
Okay.
She's my age. They're a little bit younger, but they gave us a ride. We're just at the party doing the normal thing. Everyone, just hanging out. Maybe we had been there for anywhere from like 45 minutes to an hour at this point. And me and Caitlin were kind of trying to see almost a competition against each other because Caitlin is bisexual and I'm straight. And kind of had a competition of who can get a girl or whatnot. And so we had met Caroline, whatever, and actually her and Caitlin had met first. They were talking together.
Okay.
And right next to the bonfire. And I remember I saw them, went up to them, and all 3 of us were just talking, and it was like sexual talk, She thought I was cute. I thought she was cute. She thought Caitlin was cute, just a normal thing. And we were all just being flirtatious. Well, towards the end of the conversation, however it got to it, Caitlin, I guess understood that she wanted me or whatever. So Caitlin, kind of stood there, and then me and Caroline wanted to have sex with me. And
did she tell you that, or
it was extremely known.
Okay, well, tell me how it was known.
She was saying stuff like, "You're so hot, you're so cute, I could imagine sex with you, I want to have sex with you." And at first it had started where she was saying that type of stuff with the 3 of us.
But she was talking to you? Or?
Well, to begin with, she was talking to me and Caitlin.
Okay.
Like it was going to be like a threesome, But however it led to the end, it was me and her. And she was just like, "You're cute." She was like, like just flirtatious stuff, like, "Stop talking to me. You're gonna make me want to do this and do that." Like stuff like that. And
Do you remember some of the things specifically said? She said you were going to make me want to do this or that.
It was just.
And if you don't, that's fine.
No.
I'm just asking.
It's just. It was just like I would love to have said just stuff like that.
Okay.
You know, I'm trying. So it led to me and Carolina, we went out to Sid's car, the dude who drove us, and
What kind of car does he have?
it's I'm not sure the kind. It's like an SUV. I think it's like a Nissan, and it's like red
Okay.
or maroon, you know, like MSU color.
Okay.
And here was the house. Here's the front street right there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, his car was literally parked not directly in front of the house, maybe 5 cars up the street. The house was still in visible
So
sight.
if you come out the front door, to the right or to the left?
Correct. If you're coming out from behind the house where the party was, you would take it right.
Okay.
Yeah, from that way.
Okay.
And it was the house is here, the road's there. It was maybe not directly in front of the house, but maybe 4 or 5 cars down.
Okay.
The house is in visible sight. It was literally like a 20, 30-second walk to the car. You
Okay.
know? So we left, and the point I also want to make right now is that for whatever reason I have a kidnapping charge. I want to make it known that there was no way that I forced her any type of way to the car, and it will be known that she literally was like.
I know she walked to the car with you.
Yeah,
That's not
okay.
what the kidnapping
All right,
charge
yes,
is
ma'am.
for.
Okay. So that happened.
Did y'all have plans to like go smoke or something?
We smoked.
Okay. But is that how, I mean, when y'all left the party to go to the car,
It was.
what was it under what pretense?
Right. Now I see what you're saying. The pretense was to have sex. That is.
She said, let's leave to have sex.
Yes, ma'am. That's
Okay.
the original pretense. That is it. It was not to go smoke and then led to sex. That was not
Okay.
it. That was never it.
Okay.
It was let's go have sex, and then in the meantime, while it was going on, okay, now let's smoke.
Okay.
That's what it was. And we didn't smoke first. We smoked after the sex. So we went out to the car. We had sex. I also want everybody to know that Caitlin Walker, the girl who was going to have a threesome with us, while me and Carolina were in the car, she came out of the car.
Mm-hmm.
She saw me and her having sex. She saw her on top of me laying down, her on top of me, not me fucking her fucking me.
Okay.
So that's one thing. And then also while she was giving me
A blowjob?
yes, ma'am. While she was
Okay.
giving me a blowjob in the back seat, there was, I guess, an officer, I don't know his name, at the party, and he was walking down the road. I didn't see him until he came to the car. It was a white man, a little bit bigger, an officer. He came up to the window in the back seat. He had his LED flashlight real bright. Came straight up to the window just like this and flashed it through. I guess he saw some shadow in the, and he flashed it through. Saw her doing that. We both kind of looked up him like, and I was like, and she was like, and that was, and he was like, all right, and he walked off. He saw it, and he left.
Okay.
He left. Okay. Now, we had sex. I filmed it on her phone. She wanted to film. She was freaky. We got into it. It was good. It was good sex. It was good sex on both sides. She liked it. She wanted to film. We did it. We did that.
So she told you to video it?
She told me to video it.
Okay.
We did that. I didn't send it to nobody's phone. Didn't send it to my phone. Didn't send it to any friend's phone. Just left it on her phone. She wanted to film. Filmed it. We had sex. We got finished. It was for a little while, maybe over an hour.
Okay.
Yeah, over an hour.
Did you guys have, okay, so you told me she gave you a blowjob while you were out there.
She gave me a blowjob. We had vaginal sex. We had sex. She rode me. I was on top of her. She was on top of me. She was on her knees. I was laying down. She was between, every which way on both sides.
How did it start when y'all got into the car?
The way that it started was we got in the car, in the back seat.
So y'all went straight to the back seat?
Straight to the back seat. No. I went in the front seat, put the key in the car, turned the car on. Music, air conditioning, back seat. That's how it went. Got in the back seat.
Did you climb to the back seat, or did you get out and go to the back seat?
Okay, hold on. I believe I got out and went to the back seat. I'm too big to even fit through the
Okay.
middle. I'm too big for that.
Okay.
Got out and went to the back. Opened the door, got in. Whatever.
Did she do the same thing? Did she get out and go to the back?
No.
Or was she already in the back?
She
or
was already. She already
back?
went to the back.
Okay, so
I
she
just-
went straight to the back.
She went straight to the back. I just went in to put the key in, turn the car on, turn the radio on.
Okay.
And that was it. And then I got
Okay.
in the back. That was all.
Mhm.
And we didn't. I got in the back. We didn't like hit it off right away. It wasn't like that. We had conversation. 5 minutes. Just talked a little bit. It was just pre talk. And what started off was her giving me oral sex, blowjob.
Okay, and how did that transpire? Did you ask? Did she do it? Did she talk about doing it? I mean,
It was not where I asked. It was more like, I remember it was a well-known thing. It was already known between two people. Obviously, when two people want each other, it's known. Nobody has to say anything. It happens.
Okay, so were y'all doing something prior to that, or did she just get in the back seat and give you a blowjob?
She got in the back seat, then I got in. We were just conversating, talking, like I said, for 4 or 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember did she hop into it? She didn't say like, okay, stop. Pull your pants down, let me give you a blowjob. It wasn't like that. But it was just emotion where you
Okay.
stop talking and she just goes for my pants. And it's like you already know what it is and you just sit back.
Okay, well, my
That's
question
what it
was to find out, were you guys kissing? Did you guys make out? Did you guys do anything?
Yes,
or did
yes.
you go straight to a blowjob?
No, we started kissing. You're
Well,
right.
that was my point.
I'm
asking.
sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. I apologize. Yes, ma'am. We did kiss a couple times.
Okay.
Not a whole lot. Didn't even make out. Maybe a couple pecks. It wasn't really even.
Okay.
It was a couple pecks on the cheek, whatever, and a couple kisses. And then she went for my pants, and it was just like a known thing, and she just went for it.
Okay.
After the blowjob, it was straight into sex,
Okay.
just like where you're in a bed and.
How were her clothes? What clothes did she have on? What clothes did she have off? Or
During the blowjob, she had all her clothes on,
okay.
every single piece of it. I didn't even have my pants fully off. My pants were halfway down my thighs.
Okay.
My pants were still on. I had all my clothes on. She had all her clothes on. And when the blowjob started, we just went into it, touching each other, feeling on each other. Her taking my shirt off, me just feeling on her, taking her shirt off. She took my pants all the way off when they were halfway down.
During the blowjob, you said?
No.
After.
I mean, it was, yeah. She stopped, she took her mouth off and we just were rubbing on each other, and she started taking mine off, and I took hers off.
Okay.
I pulled her shoes off, she took my shoes off.
Okay.
And
So was she completely naked by the end of that, or did she have some clothing on?
when we first started having sex,
Yeah. Like at that point when you guys started taking clothes off, did you take everything off? Did she take everything off? Or?
right, and when we got into it, we had everything off, correct.
Okay.
And then we got into the sex, and we were both naked.
Okay.
She might have had her pants on. I might have my pants. I don't know. Did her pants on? Her pants or my pants may still be on. That part I don't know.
Okay.
I don't want to sound fictitious.
Okay.
My pants or whatever may still have been on. My socks might have been on.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's fine. I'm talking
sorry,
about
yeah.
like pants and shirts and
Yeah.
underwear and
Yeah.
bras.
I mean, underwear and stuff was off, bras and stuff were off, but
Okay.
pants might have socks. I don't know.
Okay.
I can't.
All right.
Yeah. Got into sex. Had great sex, like I said.
When you say sex, was it vaginal, anal, something else?
we
both?
had both.
Okay.
We had both.
How did it start?
And if you see the video, you'll see that it was definitely both.
How did you start?
Vaginal.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Vaginal.
Okay.
And led into anal. And I don't think she gave me a blowjob at the end. No.
Okay.
That was it. Blowjob, vaginal, anal.
Okay.
And it might have been anal back to vaginal. But
And then
it was
you
just
said this happened for about an hour.
roughly an hour, maybe slightly over an hour.
Okay.
And then after the sex, we sat in the car for a little while, maybe 30 minutes, 45 minutes, whatever it was a little while, and we smoked some pot, smoked some pot. In the
Okay.
backseat. We smoked some pot together, we did. Smoked some pot, and got high, whatever, smoked some pot. She was drunk. Didn't really drink. I don't drink alcohol. I don't really like alcohol when I'm drunk. She was a little drunk. I guess everyone at the party was drinking. I don't drink. smoked pot, got high, had a bong in there, we got high. Friends came out of the car and kind of got mad at them. Told them, y'all stop interrupting my little thing. Stop
While
trying.
y'all were smoking or while y'all were having sex?
This was while we were smoking. But,
Okay.
yeah. And, I got mad at them for just interrupting my thing because, how that goes. But
Was it Sid, Will, and Taylor, or was it different friends?
no, it was them. But
Okay.
I don't remember. All three of them didn't come out at one time. I think it was just like two of them. It might have been just Sid and Taylor or Sid and Will. But it was just them. It wasn't different people.
Mm-hmm.
So they went back to the party or whatever, and me and her continued to smoke. And towards the end, she and I, obviously, after sex, we were nasty, disgusting. I was sweaty. I smelled like shit. I didn't really smell her, but I assume she probably smelled the same way. Her hair is nasty. I'm sweating. I have my shirt off. I look gross. She looked gross. And I wasn't going to go back into the party. I went down for it. And the party was about to be over anyways. It was pretty much done. People were leaving.
What time do you think this was?
This might have been after 1 o'clock.
Okay.
Because I think the party was over around 2, and people were leaving, but not everyone was leaving. So
Okay.
maybe around 1. She wasn't going to go back in. I wasn't going to go back in. I asked her, can I drive you somewhere? Where do you live? Can I take you home? She said her brother lived 2 minutes away, her brother's house. And tried to start the car to take her. Didn't really know how to drive a stick shift too well. His car is a stick shift.
Mm-hmm.
He came back out, and here I am sitting looking stupid trying to start the car for a little bit, and he helped me get it started.
Sid did?
Sid helped me get it started.
Okay.
Yes.
How did he help you?
He came to the driver's door
Mm-hmm.
and opened the door, and he showed me how. I didn't get out, but he just showed me how, and I got the hang of it. It's difficult, but it was after you get the hang of it, it was simple.
Okay.
He just showed me how. Put that in that gear, put this in this gear, press the brake, press the clutch, and that's how you do it. So I got it started, and we pulled out, went down the road, and her brother's house was literally like 2 minutes away, and we hit the corner right there, and I messed up on the brake, on the clutch or whatever it was, and the car went out on me, and we were stuck in like somebody's in the road / driveway at the same time. We were halfway in both, and we were trying to get it to work again, and I couldn't get it for another like 15 minutes. I didn't know what was going on, didn't know how to do it. Finally, I got it, and it worked.
Okay.
So we got it back going. She got out. She even got out of the car now. She even got out of the car, and she helped me like push it. I was like, all right, maybe if you push from the front a little bit, I'll try to reverse this thing. We'll get back on the road, and we'll get going, and let's see what we can do.
Okay.
She helped me start the car. We got it fixed. We got it working. She got back in the car. I said, all right, where's your brother's house at? Let's go. And maybe from the spot we were at then, her brother's house was literally maybe a minute down the road. Hit the corner, went straight, and might have been a left or a right or a right, whatever it was, but it was like right there. Pulled in the driveway. She got out, said goodnight to her, had a good night, dropped her off, went back to the party, and picked up Wilson and Taylor. And they got in, smoked a little more pot, and then we left.
Okay. So only you and her went to her brother's house?
Correct.
Okay.
It was just me and her. That was it.
Okay. What time do you guys think you walked out of the car?
Oh,
I know you said you left.
with me,
I mean,
me
you
and
were
her to
done.
go to the car.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Shoot, you know what? I wouldn't be able to say. Maybe around 12 something ish, but I can't say that for a fact. But
Do you think you were out for like a total of an hour or more?
Oh yeah,
Total?
oh yeah, for sure. We definitely were. We had sex for a little while. We smoked pot for a little while. We were out for a while.
When y'all had sex, did you use a condom?
No condom. I didn't.
Did you ejaculate?
I didn't have a condom. She didn't mind if I didn't use a condom. It was cool on both sides.
Okay. Did you ejaculate?
Yes.
And where?
It may have been vaginal or anal. I'm not sure.
But inside of her is what you're telling me?
It may have been inside of her, and I don't want to say for sure, but I may have been pulling out at the same time, and it may have gotten on her.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
Okay, but I know that I did, because
Okay.
we did have that sex, and it was released. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So
Whether
one
on
time
or
or more than one time?
It may have been more than once.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie, it may have been more than once, yeah.
Okay.
But I can't say, I don't know for sure. But
Right.
it could possibly have been more than once, yes ma'am.
You described her as freaky.
Yeah,
do you mean by
okay, when we were done, when we were having sex, she was just freaky. She was freaky. We had good sex, wild sex.
I need you to explain to me what freaky is.
Okay, when she was on top of me, she was riding me. I'm laying down like this. She's on top of me doing her thing. Her hands around my throat. I'm looking up at her. My hands around her shoulders, grabbing her shoulders. Her hands around my back, scratching my back. Freaky sex. Me on top of her, holding on to her neck, holding on to her shoulders, and her loving it, and me liking it. Both of us enjoying that type of freaky sex, where it was just good and it was physical and it was intense.
Did she ask for sex like that, or just?
Now hold on. She didn't say let's have freaky sex. I didn't
Right.
say let's have freaky sex. It was done, and it was done. And if truth be told, it was almost like her telling me because she started riding me first.
That was going to be my next question.
Right. She started riding me first. The blowjob went directly in. I was leaned against the door. When she was giving me that blowjob and that cop saw me with the flashlight, that's where I was. I leaned against the door. I turned my head. He's right there at the window, right with the light, right in my face. And she's right there. And he nodded, did like that, and he walked off, okay? I'm leaning against the door. She's doing that. That went into, when we took our clothes off like this, I didn't move from position. I stayed in the same where I was, just slouched down.
And she got on top of you,
you
you said?
And she got on top of me, correct.
Okay.
And she got on top of me. And the sex was freaky from the get-go, with her on my neck, her on my back, scratching me, my shoulders, it was from the get-go. It wasn't said, it was done. And it was done first by her. That's how it was.
And the hands around your neck, when she put her hands around your neck, what do you mean?
Afterwards I had scratches on my neck, just fingernail scratches.
Describe. Was she choking you?
Well, throughout
Was she
the
just-
whole entire sex, at times she was holding my neck,
Okay.
squeezing my neck with one hand, with two hands.
Mhm.
I liked it. I'm not
Okay.
gonna lie, she could squeeze. I loved it. It was good sex.
Okay.
Maybe squeezing a little bit, choking me a little bit, never too hard, but intense. It was nice.
Okay.
I had a couple scratches on my neck. I had 3 or 4 hickeys all over my neck. You know what I mean? Looked like probably didn't want that to happen, but I looked probably trashy. But she did that, and it was good. And that's how it was.
Okay. And so when you dropped her at her brother's, you went back to the party and picked up your friends,
Yeah.
and that was that.
Dropped her off. I dropped her off and pulled away. Before I went back to my friends, I smoked some pot to myself because I'm stingy with my pot. I haven't been before. Smoked some to myself, picked them up, and they all got in the car. It was cold as shit outside. The party was about dead, so maybe it was close to 2 o'clock. The party was pretty much dying out. There was still people there and whatnot, but it was pretty much at an end.
Okay.
And they got in, and we went off and smoked some more pot. Didn't really last too long. They dropped me off and they left.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you talk to her again after that?
I never talked to her again. I haven't seen her. She hasn't talked to me on Facebook. She hasn't called my phone.
Did she
I don't
have
even-
your phone number?
No, she
Okay.
didn't. But if she would have looked at Facebook, she could have got it.
But when she met you, did she know you by your first and last name, or just by your first name?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I don't know.
But weren't you introduced to her? You
Uh,
said she walked up with Caitlin.
right. No, her and Caitlin were talking.
Mhm.
I walked into their conversation.
Right.
And I was introduced, but it was only I believe by first name.
Okay.
And it was only, I can't even remember if it was Caroline or Carolina, but it was one of the two.
Okay.
And I was introduced by Caitlin as well as Wade, but I had seen her before, but I don't know her last name. And if she knows mine, I'm not sure. I don't know.
Right.
I don't know.
Well, I'm asking, did you ever say, my name's Wade Wilson?
Oh, no.
Well, then
no.
she's not going to know how to
No,
find you on
okay.
Facebook
Okay.
necessarily.
Yeah, but
so-
if she looks up my first name, I'm one of the only very few kids in Tallahassee with the name Wade. If you pull me up right now, I'm one of the top 3 or 4 that's going to come up.
Okay.
Because I don't have a common white boy's name with Wade. And we have mutual friends, a ton of them, 200 something. We have a lot of mutual, all the groups of friends that she hangs out with, all the girls and stuff, I know.
Mhm.
I know. I know them.
Okay, so then let me ask you this. If all this was consensual sex, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Like you're telling me, and you have hickeys and you have scratch marks from her on your back and on your neck,
Right.
why not talk to me?
Because
Because you didn't have warrants for your arrest when I was looking for you.
Right, and I didn't know. And
But why not talk to me? If you're telling me, this is my question.
No, I have a reason.
Okay.
I have a reason why.
Okay.
There's a reason why I didn't talk to you. I should have, yeah. Was I scared? Yes. Was it because I knew I was in the wrong? Absolutely not. The reason I was scared to talk to you was because, for one simple reason, I was superstitious in the way that I had been to prison one time. You know, not for anything crazy, just simple bullshit when I was 17 years old. You know, nothing insane. But I'm superstitious. I watch cop shows. I watch Intervention. I watch all that bullshit that I shouldn't watch. You know, stuff that nobody should watch. Where
That's
people,
totally not true.
Yeah.
That is not how the world operates.
I know.
Yeah.
That's why I said superstitious, because I filled my head with crap, you know?
Okay.
And I did. And this is the reason I didn't want to talk to you is because, and you can ask my mother, my father, my sister, both of my sisters, ask them was because, and they told me the same thing, well, you're dumb, go talk to her, don't think like that, and which is why I did. But the reason I didn't is because I assumed that in cases such as this, that men sometimes often lose, whether in the right or wrong, that the judge, jury, whoever, looks at the female and sides with them. Now, whether that be right or wrong, I had myself fooled and believed that in my head. I was scared because I said, even though, Wade, you didn't do this shit, you might seriously get charged because that's how the world is. That's how the court system works. They're going to help you grow out. They're going to look at you and punish you. Not true, but that's how I saw it.
Okay.
That's how I saw it. And that's exactly why I didn't want to talk to you. I was scared as shit. I was scared. I was frightened. I was scared.
Well, I will tell you that because you didn't, I don't have any of this evidence you're talking about. I don't see scratches on your neck or hickey marks on your neck or scratches on your back.
I understand
Had you
that.
talked to me in the beginning and said, this is what happened, look, here's my back, look, here's scratch marks, hickeys, whatever,
I think
we would be in a different place right now.
No, I understand that. And you know, and I did, and I said that to my mom and my father, and both my sisters. My sister's a doctor, and she told me that, and I said that, and I know that. I know that, and I know you're right. I could have showed you, if I come in the first day, showed you the shit, you know, on my fingers, you know, the shit on my hand, on my neck, you know, I could have showed you that.
Did
I
she
know
ever
that.
say anything during this whole encounter to stop, or that's too hard, or she didn't like it, or anything like that?
No, actually, it was completely the opposite way.
Did she ever ask you to speak to her a certain way?
No, she didn't say, speak to me dirty, treat me like this, treat me like
Right.
that. That wasn't said.
Okay.
But we both did on both sides. It was.
Okay, give me some examples of how y'all talk to each other during it.
I mean,
And you might think I'm asking dirty details, but these are important to the
Okay,
case,
all right,
both
yes,
for
ma'am.
you and for her.
yes, ma'am.
So if things were said, I need to know some of those things.
Okay, it was. I mean, it would just be. It was just stuff like. I mean, fuck me harder. I would be like, she'd be like, fuck me harder. I would be like, do you like that? You know,
Okay.
obviously in a different tone, and she'd be like, yeah, fuck me harder. I like it. I like it. I like
Were
it.
any threats made, like in your talking dirty, or anything to make,
No.
like any intimidation factor as part of that?
No threats were made.
Okay.
No, nothing was made. Anything like that. The only thing we did was talk dirty, and we did talk dirty. Fuck me hard. I was like, you like that? Yeah, fuck me hard. That's good. Stuff
Okay.
like that. And it sounds weird saying that, but that's how it was.
Now tell me this, did she ever have to remove anything before y'all had sex?
Remove anything. Her clothing?
No. I mean, was she bleeding? Was she
No.
anything? Was she on her time of the month? Was she anything
Period.
like that? Yeah.
No, not that I remember. She didn't remove
Okay.
anything.
So when
Maybe.
you guys started having sex, or she gave you the blowjob and she got on top, she
I
just
see what you're
immediately
saying.
went into having sex with you, like
Yeah,
didn't
she
take
did-
out a tampon
No.
or take off a maxi pad
No,
or
no,
anything
no,
like
no, no.
that?
I would know. That I would know. That I would
Okay.
have seen. No, she didn't take anything out. I don't know if she did it beforehand, but in the car, when we were there together, the two of us, no.
And y'all went straight from the bonfire to the car.
Straight to the
correct?
car.
Okay.
Straight to the car. Me to the front seat, pop the car on, get to the back
Did you
seat.
see
go
any
straight to the
blood
back.
at all during this?
Nothing.
Okay.
And not only that, there was nothing on me
Okay.
besides sweat.
Okay.
Nothing.
All
No
right.
blood or nothing. Nothing.
Okay. There's something else I was going to ask you about what you said. Do you remember anything she said to you during the whole thing?
During the sex,
Mm-hmm.
no.
Okay.
Besides our sex talk, no.
Okay.
No. And listen, even though I smoke a little bit of pot every once in a while, I wasn't fucked up. I don't get like that. I don't drink. I remember everything that happened.
Had you taken anything else that night?
No, I don't take anything
Molly?
else. No, no Molly. No Molly.
Okay.
No, that night.
I know you've done Molly, so don't lie.
I've done Molly.
You don't do anything
No, I was
else.
about to say I do Molly.
Okay.
I've done Molly before. I was about to say that. No, I
Okay.
was, but
So you didn't
Was
do
it-
anything except
that night
smoking?
all we had was pot because, and honestly, the pot was not mine. It was theirs. You know, their bong was in the car. Their pot was in the car. It wasn't mine. I didn't come that night with anything, which is part of the reason why I went that night. I didn't have shit. I wanted to party.
Okay.
Okay.
So the only thing, you were just smoking. Did you drink it all at the party?
You know what? I might have taken a couple sips of beer
Okay.
out of one cup. I
Okay.
did. I had one cup. I had one cup. They had a cooler up front. I had gotten one cup, and I didn't even finish that one cup. I maybe had 3 or 4 sips.
Okay.
I hate alcohol. It tastes like shit. I hate it. I hate the feeling of being out of control of myself. I don't like it. I
Okay.
never drink. Never have.
All right. And you said she was drunk. Did you see
She
what she had been
was-
drinking,
no,
or
no.
how did you know she was drunk?
I assumed she was drunk. She smelled a little bit like alcohol, and not only that, everybody at the party was drinking.
Mhm.
And the people that she hangs around, the group of girls I know, and dudes, and everyone that always hangs around and parties together, they all drink.
Okay.
It's a well-known thing every single weekend, every single party. It's known. You know, we all drink. They all drink. You know. I mean,
Okay. So when you made the comment,
I didn't
like,
see her like
She was
physically
drunk?
drinking.
Okay.
Like, no, I didn't see any of that.
was there any other indicator she had been drinking other than the smell of alcohol, an
Uh,
alcoholic beverage?
No, maybe
Okay.
just the smell. That was it, and the assumption of that everyone drinks.
Okay.
You know, I don't know if she. You know, I don't watch her. You know, that's
Okay.
the person I saw that night.
And what evidence do you have?
Okay. Now I don't have a bunch because there isn't
Right.
much to put
Do
forward.
you have any scratches on your back anymore? Or?
There may still be, and I would have to look in the mirror because I think there is still 1 or 2. There might be like an old scratch where you can see the white one, but I would have to look to be able to show you because I can't see right now. But
Right.
but as far as that goes, okay. Caitlin Walker is the girl that Sylvia and Taylor brought me and Caitlin to the party. Me and Caitlin and Carolina were gonna have a threesome, and that was her. And what?
Now, did y'all talk about actually having a threesome together, or was it just
No,
like
I-
a general talk? Because
Right, general talk. Now I can't remember if we were like, yeah, threesome, let's do it. I can't remember that. I don't know. That might have been said. I'm not sure. You
because
know?
obviously at some point she walked away and left you two alone.
No, it was actually like we walked away to go to the car and left her alone. And
Okay,
left her
because
standing at the
initially you
car.
said she realized that
Right.
Carolina wanted you
I
and
know,
left.
I know.
So
Wanted
which
me and
one?
left. No, but by left we were next to the bonfire. By left I mean by left I mean like left. Left.
Okay.
You know, left like 2 feet over to the fire, like left like that, like didn't leave,
Okay.
like still there visually,
Okay.
and yeah. And so Caitlin was there. We were gonna do all that, and if you don't mind, could I show you something here real quick? It's just oh crap. I don't know my dad's password.
Okay, is he
Oh,
down all the way
gosh.
downstairs, or
Yeah.
is he up here?
No, he's downstairs.
Okay.
I gotta show you this though, but
Can you?
I saved him in the pictures, you know,
Oh.
off my Facebook. I need to show you this.
What's on Facebook?
Important information to show you between me and Caitlin of stuff that she saw between me and the female, conversation she heard, and I think it's all pretty pertinent to this. And
Okay.
I screenshot a picture so you can see it.
Okay.
His password's up right now. Hold on.
If it's just screenshots you took on your dad's phone, you can email them to me.
Okay, cool.
That's fine.
I don't remember his password. He told
Okay.
me, and I completely forgot. But anyways, so what I'm saying, I have screenshot pictures. I'll just tell you real quick. I'll email them to you. But also of her just saying that I told her what happened. She left for Miami the next day, but she came back, and I talked to her maybe 2 days ago on the phone, yesterday, whatever, or 2 days ago. Told her my situation. Told her, that, look, this girl's doing this to me, and I don't know why.
But how did you find out that there was warrants?
I looked myself up, and yeah.
On where?
Facebook. Somebody posted a picture of me that had my warrant on there. Yeah, it says the kidnapping, and it says the it was on
Do you
there.
know who posted that? Because I don't know how that information would be.
I've seen it. You know,
Okay.
I have. That's the
You don't
reason.
remember who posted it?
No, it was
Okay.
just, it was on there. I think the reason I know it was on there, it was because somebody tried, I don't know who was, man, tried to tag me, and I definitely clicked don't tag me, so I remember, you know. But anyways, I talked to Caitlin, and I was like, this girl, remember her from the party? This girl, remember her? And she was like, yeah. I was like, she was trying to do this to me. I was like, I wish you would have took her and not me. And she was like, yeah, I'm glad you did, not me. And anyways, you'll see on here, and she's very willing to come talk to you. She said
Okay.
she'll help me, is that she knows not only that she came out to the car while we were doing this, she saw her on top of me to prove that it was consensual, that it was not me on top of her, but her on top of me to begin with. She will tell you that.
Okay.
And she will tell you everything else. She will
Well,
tell
she
you.
can tell me what she saw. She
Correct.
can't tell me anything about
No.
whether it was consensual between
That's
two
all.
people she was not with. Yes.
Correct. Yes, ma'am. That's
Okay.
it. That's all.
Okay, can
That
I have
would be
that
it.
sheet of paper with her information, or do you
Sure.
need it?
That's fine. And these other two right here, this is just, don't really worry about these. The reason I had those, these are two girls I've been intimate with before, and I just wanted it to be known that I'm not a monster. That however it's been out to make it to seem, I'm not that way.
But you went to the party with Caitlin Walker.
Yeah,
Okay.
these are just, you know, scratch those. They're
Okay.
relevant.
Okay.
Caitlin, okay.
All right.
And I wrote out the date of the party, so you know everything.
Mhm.
And this is just this. I keep this, whatever. And I just wanted to remember the officer who walked up to the car. I don't know his name, but if pertinent, it'd be good to find out because he definitely saw it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm aware of that.
Yes, ma'am. So I talked to her, and anyways, I'll email them to you. But I have emails where she was like, I didn't know why she was doing this. I didn't know why this girl did this to me. I didn't know why she would say I kidnapped her to bring her to her brother's house 2 minutes down the road. I don't know why. I don't.
She's not saying you kidnapped her to take her to her brother's house.
Okay,
That's not what's
okay,
being
good.
said.
All right.
But when somebody's held somewhere when they don't want to stay there, that's kidnapping.
Okay, I understand.
And so, what you were charged under is kidnapping to facilitate a felony, meaning
Yes, ma'am.
she wanted, what I was going on because you wouldn't talk to me, is her statement was she wanted to leave and you wouldn't let her. That is kidnapping. To facilitate a felony would be the sexual battery. She's saying the sex between you guys was not consensual.
Right.
So that's where your charges came from. And the 2 counts of sexual battery is because anal and vaginal.
Okay, I didn't know there was 2 counts.
Yes.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay. Understandable. Understandable. I didn't know. I didn't
So
even know.
that's what that's about. And that was going to be my next question is why, if you know, if she was going on and on and on about how good looking you were and this, that, and the other,
Yeah.
and y'all go to the car and it's known that y'all are going to have sex, why would she say that all of this is not consensual and that all of this
Right.
transpired?
And I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know.
Okay.
And beside my superstitious mind of thinking all that crap from the shows I watched, that added to this, to me being scared, was because I wasn't sure. I really didn't know. And I talked to Caitlin, scared as shit. And I said, Caitlin, why? Why, Caitlin? Why would she even try to do this to me? And obviously I can't say this for a fact. I don't know, but a couple things she said is, Wade, girls do that. Not all the time. It's not common, but Wade, girls have done that. Girls have done that. I've known girls that have done that. She said, Wade, she could have got pregnant and she won something out of you. She told me a couple different things, and I didn't know why. I didn't know. I can't tell you I know why.
And that was
right
all
now.
I'm asking is
Yeah, I don't have any reason.
if you had any reason to think, did it, because according to you, it didn't end bad, and
If
it was all good.
if it was
so
in my
why-
mind, if it was in my mind, it's complete confusion in my
Right.
mind, because there was no reason for it to be done like this. There was no reason for her to do this to me. I don't know why.
Was there
No.
anything that you said during this encounter that could have been misinterpreted?
No, not at all whatsoever.
Did you
No.
guys ever talk about guns at all during this encounter,
No.
even in just casual conversation?
No, we had no conversation about guns or anything. Anything that I said could not have been misinterpreted because nothing like that was even talked about. Anything she said could not have been misinterpreted and wasn't because she talked about nothing like that.
Okay.
Nothing whatsoever at all.
Okay. All right. I'm trying to think if I have anything else. I think that's
Oh wait,
it.
hold on though.
Go ahead.
Do you have a card I could get?
Yeah, I'm going to give you a card.
Okay.
I was just going to step out. I'll step right back in. But that's my information on there. Give me 1 second. Do you have any questions or anything that you feel like you should tell me with regards to this case that I haven't asked you about?
No.
Do you have any questions for me?
I don't right now. I don't
Okay.
know.
Okay.
That'll be it for now, I guess.
Give me a second to step out there, and I'll be right back in, okay?
All right. Yes, ma'am.
Let me shut this off.
You don't need this one. You already have an
No,
officer.
I have information about that. Thank you. All right, Wade, my email is on that card.
Put it up.
So what I'll do is I'll just have you or your dad email me the
It'll probably be me.
pictures?
My dad is technology
Okay.
relevant. He's not really.
Okay, there's two guys from the sheriff's office that want to talk to you about something else.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna let them
Yeah.
come in and talk to you, okay? All right.
Have a good day. Thank you.
You
for
too,
talking to me.
no problem.
Investigator Mayo, you called the duty office?
And I'm gonna go down and get your dad's code,
Cool.
and then I'll come back, so when they're done talking to you, you can go ahead and email me those while you're here.
All right. Yes,
Okay.
ma'am. Thank you. How's it going, sir?
How you doing, Wade?
Good. How are you guys?
Pretty good. I'm Detective Henderson from the Sheriff's Office. This is Detective Salvo.
Nice to meet you guys. Wade Wilson. All right, man. Nice to meet you, sir. Nice to meet you.
All right, man. I know you already read your rights, but I got to read your rights too, just to make sure you understand.
All right, yes, sir.
You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law. You have the right to talk to your lawyer and have him present with you during questioning. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed for you before any questioning if you wish. You can decide any time to exercise these rights and not answer any question, make any statement. You understand these rights?
Yes, sir. I do.
All right. Let me get you the initial beside each one just to make sure that you understand them and read this right here and sign right there for me.
Can I do this with it? So, thank you.
All right. All right. Do you have any idea why I'm talking to you?
No, sir. No.
All right. You remember having a crash December 2nd?
Yes, sir.
What were you driving that day?
My father's car. It's a Infinity. It's a white Infinity.
Who was with you that day when you crashed?
Tyler.
Tyler Ogden?
Yes, sir.
All right. Why did you crash that? What made you crash that day?
There was like something in the road, and I swerved to miss it. It was like a rock or something weird, and I was also tired, and I swerved to miss it and ran off the road into the tree. Straight into the tree.
Did you go to the hospital
Yeah.
after that crash?
We went straight to the hospital. My head was messed up. My eye was messed up. They laid me on the bed in the ambulance. Tyler came with me, but he was okay. He was just sitting back there.
Okay.
And we went to the hospital, and I remember I woke up and I didn't want to be there, and I checked myself out
Okay.
pretty much right away from what I remember,
All right.
just after waking up.
Okay. Where did you go before that crash?
We had gone to what's the name's house? Sid's house.
Okay.
It's not my friend. It's his friend.
Tyler's friend?
Yes, sir.
How long were you guys there?
Really, I don't remember. I'm not gonna lie. I was kind of messed up. I had taken a Xanax that day, and I was asleep. I was basically asleep, just passed out.
So
I remember sitting in his driveway. I remember being asleep.
you weren't in his driveway.
Oh,
You parked down the road.
no, we were in his driveway. We were. I can promise you that. That ain't no lie. We were in his
Because
driveway.
I've talked to Sydney. Sydney said that you guys
You
parked down the road because
No, you need to talk to Sid again because I can assure you we were in his driveway because
Okay.
I'd never been to his house before, and although I was asleep,
Mhm.
I remember just waking up one night and seeing his house. And I can also tell you this, and I've never been there.
Mhm.
Here's his house, and in front of his house there's like a circle of trees, and the driveway's right there. I remember being in the driveway.
Okay, he told me that you guys parked down the road because you guys know that his parents don't like you guys being in the house.
I don't even know his parents.
Okay.
I've never met his family, and
Alright, so-
that's the first time being in
So
his house.
why did you guys go to see Sydney that day?
I don't really know. Tyler wanted to go. It's his friend. I hang out with a couple of their other friends, and they hang out with a couple of mine. They go places with me, and I go places with them.
Okay. What did Tyler get from Sydney that day?
I know, and during the time I didn't know. I was messed up.
Mhm.
I was messed up, but I know because I know the situation. I know that I believe he had gotten some guns.
Some guns?
I don't know I don't know how many he got. If he got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I don't know what he got. I don't
Mhm.
know. I was passed out, and even when we hit the tree, I had a concussion. I don't even remember most of the day.
So who was driving the
No.
vehicle that day?
I was driving most of the time, but at parts Tyler had driven. Yeah.
Okay. So,
Like when we crashed,
mhm.
I'll be very honest with you. When the ambulance came, I told them I was driving. The truth of it is, I wasn't driving, and the reason being, I was fucked up on Xanax, and I was asleep.
Do you remember when the deputy got there on scene?
Very, very vaguely, very vaguely, very, very vaguely, very vaguely.
Okay, because they've got you listed as a driver.
Yeah, and that's what I'm telling you now,
Okay.
is that I told them when they were driving, and the reason being, when we woke up, I remember crashing, and I woke up, my shirt was off, blood was all over me.
Mhm.
Tyler said, Wade, please tell him you're driving, you know I'm too young. I said, I got you. So I'm going to tell him I was driving, you are too young. And I told him I was driving, I did that.
Okay.
I told him I was driving, and before the cops got there, I really don't remember nothing.
Mhm.
Like it was all black, but I remember him. I guess he pulled me out of the car. I don't remember that part, but he got me out of the car,
Mhm.
and then he asked me, Wade, tell him you were driving, man. Wake up, Wade. You gotta tell him you're driving. I'm too young. I can't get in trouble for this.
Okay. What
I
happened?
told
What
him
happened
that.
to the guns that were in the car?
I don't know. I remember. Sid said that I've talked to Sid. I've hung out with Sid even after this. We've hung out.
Mhm.
He said that they were put around the area, I guess, where we crashed.
Who put them?
I would assume not me, so it had to either been Tyler or whoever. Because I remember
There was nobody there but you and
Right,
Tyler.
So it would have just been Tyler then, because I was literally blacked out. I don't even remember it.
Okay. This is where you're wrong because there was a witness that drove up right when you guys crashed
Right.
and saw both of you guys putting the guns in the woods by the vehicle.
Okay. The witness could say that, but
Yes.
I know for a fact that I didn't do that.
Exactly. And the witness picked you out of photo lineup.
Okay, probably because they saw that I was there.
Okay.
But I can promise you I'm not lying when I say I didn't touch him. I really didn't, man.
You didn't touch-
Look, I was blacked out. Tyler dragged me out of the car. I couldn't even get out of the car my own self.
Okay. Your blood is all over those guns.
Yeah.
So,
And
So
my blood is
explain
also
that.
all over the car.
yeah.
My head hit the passenger side window,
hmm
my head hit the windshield.
Mm-hmm.
My blood's probably all the way in the trunk.
Okay.
My blood's probably all the way in the trunk.
Okay.
There's probably, that's probably very true. My blood probably is on the guns.
But let me stop you, Wade. Okay. You know you're a convicted felon.
Yeah.
Why would you allow a 15-year-old to put a gun in your vehicle?
I didn't know that he had. I really didn't know that he had put guns in the car. I remember being parked in the driveway, and from that point, I remember nothing. I remember him driving. I remember hitting a tree. I remember being there. I remember seeing the deputy for all of maybe 3 to 5 seconds. I remember seeing him. Can't even remember what he looks like, a white dude.
Okay.
I remember getting in the ambulance, and I remember going to the hospital. I remember waking up, and I remember being like, what the heck am I doing in the hospital, and checking myself out and getting the heck out of there.
Okay. Again, I got an eyewitness that saw you and Tyler stashing the guns in the woods.
I'm going to stand up for myself. If I had seen that eyewitness, could not have said that because I did not do that.
You just said you saw him take the guns out of the house, and now you're blacked out and don't remember.
I'm saying I know
If
that
you're blacked out and don't remember, wouldn't you not remember putting the guns behind the bush?
I didn't put the guns behind the bush.
How do you know you're blacked out?
I didn't, because he dragged me out the car, man. Look, when the cops got there, I was out the car. Like, I'm pretty sure I was sitting. I didn't touch the guns. I promise that. I know that. Blacked out, not by, I don't remember what happened, like I was drunk or something. Blacked out by, like, I know I didn't touch the guns.
So nobody else was in the car, well, the SUV, but you and Tyler, right?
Yes, sir. Me and Tyler. That was it.
The witness saw 2 white males
Me and Tyler.
stashing what appeared to be long guns into the woods.
I didn't stash the guns.
Okay.
I did not stash the guns.
Okay.
I didn't stash anything.
Did a photo line up with your picture?
I'm sure, because they saw me. Sure, they saw me there.
Okay.
I know they would pick me out. They saw me there. There's only 2 white males, Tyler, Wade
Because
Wilson.
the witness said the driver was bleeding profusely from the face, which was you. You're the only person that was bleeding.
Okay, well, sir, I know this for a fact. I was not driving, and if they get residue off the window or whatever, it'll all be on the passenger. And my head went directly through the front windshield. Where the crack is in the front windshield of the car on the passenger side is from my head. I have a scar here to prove that.
I know you got a scar.
Yeah.
I got a picture of it.
I got a scar there to prove that. I was
Because
in the passenger seat.
you got arrested, what, a couple days later with Tyler?
Yeah, yes, sir. I did. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
But if you look at the front windshield and see where the crack in the front windshield is, you're going to see it's on the passenger side,
Mhm.
and that's where I was sitting. And there'll be blood, there'll be anything on there, because I was not driving the car.
Okay. So basically, this is a false police report then that was filed, saying that you were the driver of that vehicle.
That wouldn't be false. I'm not saying that's false. It wouldn't.
You just said you weren't
No,
driving.
it would be false. But the police assume that that's true because I did tell the police I was driving. They didn't see who was driving. They weren't even there when the crash happened to know who was driving. But I told them that I was driving the car. They asked me, I said, yes, sir, you know what? I was driving.
Okay.
Because Tyler asked me to say that, and I know he was too young. And I wasn't going to let him get in trouble for driving my car. I took that one.
Okay. So, you weren't driving the vehicle. You didn't know Tyler had the guns. But yet, the day that I interviewed Sydney at the office, you called him and told him not to get you in trouble.
Yeah.
I
told
know
him
that
to get me in
because
trouble.
I've got Sydney's phone. I've been through
No,
his phone.
Sir, I did tell him that.
Okay.
You're right.
How could he get you in trouble?
The reason that I knew that is because at that day, I didn't know what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
That's the truth.
Okay.
Days later, I learned what had happened.
Mm-hmm.
I learned that Tyler had taken those guns days later. I didn't know on that day, but I learned because I talked not only to Sydney and hung out with Sydney,
Mm-hmm.
who told me the story himself, but I also hung
What
out
did he
with
tell you?
He told me that we had come and Tyler had gotten some guns. He said that he had given them to Tyler, that
He
they were
said he
his
only gave Tyler one gun.
gun.
So where did the other two? How did the other two end up in your truck?
Sir, I don't know. I don't know how 1, 2, 3. I don't know.
So you
I'm
saying
blacked
you
out.
saying that you were in the driveway, correct?
We were in the driveway the whole time.
Okay.
We weren't parked down the road or nothing.
Okay.
Driveway.
This is how you're lying to me. Don't lie to me.
Sir, I'm not.
Wait.
Sir, I'm
Because
not lying. I'm going to tell you the truth. Sir. I'm going to tell you the truth.
Sydney told me him and Tyler went into the mother's bedroom where the guns were.
Okay.
You were in front of the house. You were inside of the residence. You went inside the residence because he told me you were in there.
I don't think I went inside the residence.
You were inside the residence.
We were in the driveway. We weren't parked down the road. That's true, but I don't think I went
You went
inside
inside
the
the
residence.
residence.
I'm not going to lie. I'm going to
Okay,
tell you the
because-
truth.
Why was Sydney lying? He admitted to giving Tyler one of the guns.
Okay.
Okay. He admitted to stealing his mom's jewelry.
I did not.
I'm not accusing you of the jewelry.
Okay.
Okay. But you know that Tyler had a gun, okay?
At that time, I didn't know.
And you allowed him to put that gun in your
You can
vehicle.
say that I'm lying to you, but I'm not lying to you.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you the truth from my side. From what I remember, from what I know, this is my side. This
Okay.
is my story, and I'm telling you the truth.
Okay. But you already lied about a crash.
Listen, I knew about the guns, and I learned because days later, I hung out with Sydney,
Okay.
I hung out with Will, I hung out with Taylor. They're all a group of friends. I hung out with them.
Mhm.
And we know, Sid had told me days later his dad was pissed off.
Mhm.
He had given us guns. He had given him guns. He was mad. That's how I learned about it.
So I'm sure Sid told you about the interview I did with him, right?
Actually, he told me he was going to be interviewed by you,
Mhm.
and that's when I did call him.
You called him.
I haven't talked to him since after that. I haven't hung out with him. I haven't talked to him.
And I know for a fact that Tyler texted him the day that y'all got in the crash, because y'all had just left his house not too long after y'all had the crash.
I don't know if he texted him or not. I can't say.
I
if he
know
did or
that
not.
because, like I said, I have Sydney's phone.
Okay, then
So-
he may have texted him.
Yeah.
I don't know, sir. I really don't. That the day after, like from the crash after, was not.
Mm-hmm.
It was vague.
Okay.
He may have texted him. That might be true.
Okay. All right. So you're saying that you didn't take any guns from that residence?
I did not take any guns from my residence.
And you
Now,
saying that
if guns were given to Tyler and put in my car by Tyler,
Mhm.
that may have been true.
Okay.
Did I take any guns?
My
No.
question is, why would you allow a 15-year-old with an assault rifle in your
Because I was
vehicle?
passed on Xanax and I didn't know to put it in there.
Okay.
Sorry. Can I grab that phone to give to your dad?
Sure, it's fine.
Thank you.
Thank you. Is he going to be able to email them to you?
Yeah, I'll help him if he needs help. Thanks.
Now, if I was sober and actually allowed him to put the guns in the car, I would tell you allowed him to do that. I didn't allow him to do that.
Okay.
I didn't tell him to do that.
Let me ask you this, okay? We have those guns. Okay. Got your blood all over it.
Yeah, no, my blood I'm sure is over
Okay.
as well as everything else inside
Okay.
of my car.
And
As well as everything else inside of my car,
Okay.
including the guns. I'm sure my
Okay.
blood is on them, yes.
and we've sent that off to FDLE.
Okay,
Okay.
yes, sir.
No doubt it's your blood.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
Okay. First thing is, what's a convicted felon doing with his blood all over guns that came out of his vehicle?
Because we crashed in a tree and my blood's over everything.
Yeah.
I'm,
Which
te-
you're not even
I'm
supposed
telling you
you're
how
not
it
supposed
is.
You're not
I mean,
supposed to be around firearms.
I didn't
Okay.
take them, sir. I mean,
Okay. All right. Got another case I need to talk to you about. Okay. Smart Stop Self Storage, 1406 Capitol Circle Northeast. I'm sorry,
what is that? What is that?
somewhere on Capitol Circle Northeast, over there by Mahan, close to Mahan.
Bad. Okay. All right. I know the general here. Okay.
This is Tyler's father's storage shed.
Oh my God. All right. Here we go with this. Listen, I just want to.
Go ahead.
I just want to let you know beforehand. This is me being real.
Uh-huh.
Sid had told me days after that Tyler's dad, which I had asked him because I was wondering why I had gotten the charge of harboring a minor. I was like, what the heck is that charge?
Mhm.
I learned that Tyler's dad apparently said that Tyler had been staying with me for a certain amount of time,
Mhm.
which isn't true. What happens is, me and my girlfriend and our little friends, we hang out with Tyler and all them. They go home a couple nights, they come and hang out, they stay with us, they go home.
Mhm.
Tyler would do the same thing. He would leave with Will and Tyler and all them. He would leave with them and come back.
Okay.
I didn't know at the time that he was a runaway, which I learned that he was a runaway minor. I didn't know at the time, man. Because he would leave with them, and we were like, okay, he's going home with everybody else just like they do. And he comes back. We didn't know he was a runaway.
Okay.
And what Sid told me when I talked to Sid, man, was that Tyler's dad is pissed off at me because Tyler's dad thinks I was harboring Tyler. And not only that, because of that, Tyler's dad assumes that me, Tyler, or just solely me, however it is, was doing all this extra stuff,
Uh-huh.
which isn't true. You can ask about all this. I don't know nothing about that, and I put that on my mama. Nothing.
So when I talk to Tyler, what is he gonna say?
Please talk to Tyler. I beg you to. I'm begging you. I beg you to talk to Tyler. Because Sid Sid told me, man, Tyler's dad, man, he thinks you've been hiding out Tyler. That's why you got that charge. He thinks
I'm
Tyler's
not
dad-
worried about that. The hiding out. I'm worried about the stuff that was
No,
taken from
no.
the storage
Well,
shed.
well, because Tyler's dad thinks that I've been hiding him out,
Mhm.
Tyler's dad assumes that I've been doing the dirt with Tyler.
Mm-hmm.
That's what. And I learned that from Sid.
You hang with him.
No, that's not true. I hang with him certain nights.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't done anything wrong with Tyler. I haven't done anything wrong with Tyler. I promise. You please ask Tyler, please. Sir,
As soon
no.
as I can talk to him.
Okay, all right.
Okay. So, you're saying that you've never been to the storage shed?
I don't know. I don't even know where that's at.
Okay.
Never been to that storage shed before.
I'm waiting to get video from this place.
No, okay,
Okay.
cool. And I assure you,
And
right now, that my video, my face, will not be on that video. I promise you, I'm telling you right now.
what about
Right
that white SUV?
No, they don't take my car nowhere. If it's my car, check the tag. They don't take my car nowhere. I don't let them drive my car. I don't let them drive my car at all. They would not have used my car.
Okay.
With or without me. They didn't use my car.
So there's no reason why you should show up on that video at
None.
that storage place?
None. No reason. I don't even know where that's at.
Okay.
No, my car, me, should not, neither one. You
Okay.
can check that, and I can tell you right now that it won't be.
Okay.
It
Well,
will
when
not
I get the video and your vehicle is on there, guess what?
It shouldn't be. It won't be.
It shouldn't be?
No, it won't be.
It won't be?
No, I'm telling you right now, it won't. Not shouldn't be, it won't be.
Okay.
Because I know what Sid told me, and I've been waiting. Sid told me that because of all this crap, Tyler's dad is trying to ban me for everything. Tyler's dad thinks, oh, he's been with Wade, that Wade's done all this dirt, which ain't true. It won't be on that video.
Well, here's the thing. If your son was hanging out with a guy,
Yeah, but
No.
his dad has to understand. I understand where his dad's coming from. If he's hanging out with him, what's he doing with him? He's with him.
he's 15 years old.
I get that. I get that, man. I get that. And I can say this: I didn't know Tyler was a runaway.
Okay.
Did I know Tyler was a little bit younger than me? Yeah, because of those kids, the three of them, they are. I didn't know Tyler was 15 years old. I didn't know he was a runaway. I didn't know that he was even running away. That his dad thinks I was harboring him. I didn't know that.
And again, I'm not worried about
Yeah.
you harboring him.
No.
I'm just trying to figure out where these guns are.
I understand that. I understand that.
So,
And for no reason, and it won't be, will my car or me be on any of that video. I can assure you of that.
when was the last time
I
you been in
assure you.
Thomasville, Georgia?
None.
None?
Unless, I think, Sid lived in Thomasville, and that might have been the only reason we went.
When was that?
Whatever day that was. I don't know.
Sid doesn't live in Thomasville.
Well, then we didn't go to Thomasville then. I haven't been then. I haven't been to Thomasville then, Georgia. I thought maybe Sid lived there. I couldn't, it was vague for I was on Xanax, but if you don't live there, then I ain't even been to Thomasville.
No, he doesn't live in Thomasville.
Okay, and then I haven't, the last time I've been has been,
Okay.
I don't know when.
Because I'm waiting to get some video back from Thomasville because
His dad saying I did something else in Thomasville?
Well, his dad didn't say anything about Thomasville
Oh my God.
because some checks were stolen from the storage shed
Oh my, okay.
and written in Thomasville.
Okay.
And I'm just waiting to get back video from that.
I'll tell you now too,
Mm-hmm.
the video, I won't be in it. I assure you that. I will not be in
Who's
that
gonna be
video.
in it?
I don't know who, and it won't be me.
Okay.
And I don't know who. But I can tell you, no ifs, ands, or buts, it won't be me in that video. Because I didn't do that. I didn't even go. I haven't been to Thomasville, man, in years, man.
Okay.
I don't remember going to Thomasville. I haven't been.
If you knew that I wanted to speak with you, Sid, why haven't you tried to contact me? Because I gave him my card. He's got my card.
No, look, Sid didn't tell me you were trying to contact me. Now, Sid, when he went to be interviewed by you,
Mm-hmm.
I called his phone a couple times later that day
Mhm.
to see, hey, what happened? His phone's been off. His phone has been off the whole entire time.
Mm-hmm.
He has not told me that you've been looking for me. I didn't know.
So you
He
haven't
didn't tell
talked to
me.
him since that day.
I haven't talked to him since that. Oh, now hold on. I don't want to say that as a lie. I may have hung out with him once or twice, and I can't remember. I can't
You say
remember.
you just hung out with him a couple days ago.
No, not a couple days ago. No, I didn't even see. No, I have not seen any of them in over a couple weeks.
Okay.
It's at least look. It's the last time I seen Will, Tyler, any of them that hangs out in that group was on like December 3rd when I was at that party.
Mm-hmm.
The next day, that was the last time. You know why? Was because I had this other incident going on, and I haven't seen them since. I haven't
The
seen
party was on
nobody
December
since.
3rd, the very next day after the wreck.
Yeah, I believe so. Hold on. No, 13th. I'm sorry, 13th. Yeah, 13th. So that would be the last time I saw him was on the 13th. Yes, sir.
Have you texted Sid since then?
No, I don't have a phone. My phone got stolen at the party. I don't have a cell phone. I had a freaking Virgin Mobile phone, and I don't have it. I haven't had it since.
Okay.
And I haven't seen either one of them. Sid, Will, Tyler. I haven't seen none of them.
Okay.
But that same day that he went to see you, I called his phone a lot, more than 5 times. I did. I wanted to find out what happened, and his phone's been off ever since. And I remember after December 13th, I hadn't seen none of them.
My question is, okay, why would
Yeah.
you call him? Why would you be worried about something I'm talking to him about?
Because I was curious, because I hang out with all of them. And what I was going to say is after December 13th, I talked to Will, another kid that we hang around. I said, hey, what's up with Sid? What's going on with Sid?
Mm-hmm.
And he said, I don't know, man, his phone's been off. He don't even come out from the house. We ain't even seen Sid.
Mm-hmm.
He said, I think Sid's stuck at the house. And I haven't, nobody else has talked to Sid that I've heard of and didn't know.
So, another question.
Yes, sir.
Why do you like hanging around 15 and 16-year-olds?
Okay. How that got started, I don't like it. I don't usually ever do that. And that looks strange, I'm sure. I don't do that type of stuff. I hang out with people my age or older. The reason that started, I had a girlfriend, her name was Julie Atkins. She lived in Clarn. I had been staying with her, just started staying with her. And for whatever reason, she had all the neighborhood kids like them. They all lived in that little Clarn. And they would always come over to her house and hang out. And that's how I started hanging out with them. It wasn't like I knew them or I went to them or any type of thing like that. It was just through her and then come to her house that I got to know them. That was the only way. And really, the only reason we would call them is if we needed a ride to the party and bullshit, and that was all. That was it. And they would come over to the house because they all live in that neighborhood except for Sid and Tyler, I guess. Will and Taylor, their other two friends, who lived in that neighborhood, would always come over.
Okay.
They weren't my friends though. They weren't. I don't hang out with young kids like that.
All right. So, Sydney gives Tyler the Mini 14, the green gun.
I don't know what a Mini 14 is, but okay, a gun. Okay.
Okay. Why?
I'm not sure. I don't know.
You know a little bit. You want to interrupt?
Go ahead.
This is giving me a headache. You know, you blink. You have an excuse for everything. All right. This is the first time I dealt with you. All right. I arrested you for breaking the car down on Woodville when you stole the cash. You have the same excuses.
I remember that.
The same excuses saying you didn't do it, and the cash was in your pocket.
Yeah, I did that. I was wrong back then. I did that.
Yeah, but you do
You can't say I'm the same
You're doing the
person.
same thing
You
now.
can't. No, you cannot say I'm the same person, man. Don't even say that. You can't say I'm the same
I'm not
person.
saying
I've
you're the same
changed.
person.
You know why you can't say that? Because I've been through different things and learned stuff. I'm not the same person. I was wrong, and I was a kid back then. I wasn't even old enough. I wasn't even an adult.
Right,
I'm
I'm saying
an adult
it seems
You can't
now
say that,
you
man.
still have the
I was
same.
a juvenile. No.
You have an excuse for everything.
I apologize. It seems that way to you, but I'm not the same.
It's
way.
fine, but you're blaming
I
everything
take
on the
that as an
Xanax.
insult, man, because I've changed for
You're
the
blaming
better.
everything on the Xanax.
No,
don't
I took
remember.
Xanax that one day. I
remember.
don't even do drugs like that. I smoke a little bit of pot, take some Xanax every once in a while. I don't do drugs like that. I really do take that as an insult. You know what? I'm not perfect. I haven't changed completely, but I've changed. I've gotten better. All right,
But I think you know
I wasn't even an
more.
adult back then. You can't
You know,
even say
you know
that.
a
I was a
little bit more.
juvenile.
What you need to do is
I was
worry
a
about
juvenile,
yourself.
man. You can't bring up juvenile stuff. I'm a juvenile,
I'm not
man.
worried about the juvenile
Yeah,
stuff.
I'm a juvenile. You can't bring that up as my anything related to adult right now. You can't even bring that up.
You know
It's
more than
irrelevant.
what you're saying about the day that y'all had that crash.
Sir, if I knew more, I would tell you.
Okay.
If I knew more about this, I would tell you, man.
Okay.
I would tell you. I would let you know. I'm not trying to lie. I've changed a little bit, man. I'm not perfect. I still fuck up.
Are you working?
I still fuck up. I had a job, yeah. I had a job. I had one.
Where?
I don't have it now, but I had one. I went to prison, yeah. For charges when I was 17. You know what charges? The ones as a juvenile. Those charges. That's why I went to prison. Okay? For the same stuff. I didn't
If you
commit
change, you
shit.
change. That's great. But I'm
Yeah,
saying
I did change
that
man.
night, from what I remember of you, you had cash in your pocket.
Yeah, that night, you know what? I was an idiot, and I was a liar back then. When I was a kid, I was a damn liar.
Mhm.
Habitual. I was when I was a kid, man, but I
Well, here's
changed.
the thing. Wait, you,
That ain't, you
you
didn't
lied.
say that.
I didn't just start doing this yesterday, okay? There's some things you need to worry about yourself. There's other people involved in this.
Okay.
I think, in my opinion, you know more about this stuff. And I have another case right here I haven't asked you about. Wade needs to worry about Wade, okay?
Right.
You don't need to worry about anyone else. If
It's
there's
not
something
much.
you know, you need to be honest and tell us. Not that, just listen to me. You going to give me a chance to talk?
Yes, sir.
Okay?
Yes, sir.
When we get into it, it seems like you just, oh, well, I was on Xanax, I don't remember the crash, and, you know, that day I popped. You only said you used Xanax twice. I'm not saying you abused pills or anything.
Yeah, I don't.
But that was an excuse twice already.
Okay.
All right, so it just seems like you're using that to get out of, I don't remember because of this, I don't remember because
And
of this.
look, I really do. I'm being true. I see how that seems. I'm not trying to be that way. I'm really not trying to act like that. Like when I tell you this stuff, and you want me to tell you more, it's because I don't know more, man. I hung out with them sometimes, yeah. Not often, sometimes. The shit they have going on, man, I don't know. Would I come around them sometimes? Shit, yeah. Yeah, man.
Do you
But I
know
don't know
anybody
all
who
that stuff,
works
man.
on vehicles?
No.
No, you didn't live with a guy named Lucky?
No, I stayed with Lucky for a little bit briefly. That's only
Okay.
because my girlfriend Julia had got me out on bond when I got arrested for this shit for the car and shit.
Okay.
I got arrested, man. Julia knows him. That's her friend, and she bonded me out. And he did that for her as a favor for her because she didn't have the cash, and I'm her boyfriend, and she's cool with him. That's the only reason I know him.
All right, so this case kind of went down the same way this went down.
That's
with
why
storage.
I'm trying to tell you. Dog.
I'm saying with
honest,
the storage shares, this one went down the same, and again, we're waiting on video. But
When y'all get this video, I can assure you on my mother's life, on my life,
theoretically,
I won't be on any of that.
theoretically, what if
My
you
car
are?
won't be. No. Not,
Theoretically.
No. Not theoretically. Seriously, not theoretically. I won't be on none of that video. Listen, if I'm on that video, hit me. Because I'm telling you, man, and I wasn't fucked up where I don't remember nothing. I was not on that video. I didn't do that shit. And I expected this because I talked to Sid. Sid said, man, Tyler's dad's pissed at you, man.
What about all
Tyler's
these-
dad thinks you did all this shit.
What about all these car pots that isn't related to anyone Tyler knows or anything?
What is it?
All these vehicle pots,
Are you serious?
air compressor,
Dude, I had a job. I don't even got time for this shit, dude. I don't even go around. What is this?
carburetor, vacuum,
No.
fuel pump, batteries.
What? Oh my god. No, sir, no. And when y'all find out, you
No,
can ask me
fingerprints on it,
again.
come back.
No. And if it is, man, if I'm on the video, and if I'm whatever, hit me. Get me. I promise, because I'm not. And it's no bullshit, man. I'm not, man. But I expected this, because Sid totally told me about Tyler's dad, man. He's pissed off at
Tyler's
you,
dad,
man.
this is some random guy in Havana. This has nothing to do with
Oh,
any of
okay.
these people.
Well, the overall thing is I expected this because Sid did say Tyler's dad's pissed off at you, man. He said Tyler's dad has a bunch of shit, and Tyler's dad's going to try to
This
hit
has
you.
nothing to do with Tyler's dad.
Okay, well that, I assumed it was together. I didn't know. But that I still don't know about. You can find out more and it still won't be me. I didn't do none of that. I'm not even from Havana.
This happened in Tallahassee. The guy just runs something in Tallahassee.
Well,
And again, I'm not saying you're lying, but you realize if you are, you're digging yourself in a hole.
no, sir.
You just realize, you know that, though. If
Like
you
you
have
said,
to.
you dealt with me as a kid. Trust me, I understand. I really do realize that. I'm not lying to you.
But here's my thing, Wade.
I'm not gonna hurt myself. I know how it
Here's
goes.
my
I know.
You sit here and you tell me that you lied about this crash report.
Yeah.
Why?
And I did lie.
Why?
No, there was only one reason.
Why?
I did lie. I said I was driving the car. Was I driving?
Does Tyler have a license?
I don't know. And you know what? I don't know. But look, did I say I was driving that? Fuck yeah. I said I was driving that, man.
Why?
I did.
Why?
Because look, when I woke up, man, I woke up. I woke up, man. I woke up and remembered Tyler dragging me out the car.
Mm-hmm.
And Tyler said, Wade, wake up, man, get up. The police are about to be here. I
Mhm.
said, what the fuck just happened, man? What happened? Where are we? Didn't even know we hit a tree, man. You know what I'm saying? Didn't even know we hit a tree. He said, Wade, the cops are coming, man. You need to tell them you were driving. You got to tell them you were driving. I'm too young, Wade. Tell them you were driving. I'll get in trouble.
So-
I said, you know what, Tyler? I'll tell them because I know if I tell them I'm driving, I won't get in trouble because this is my car. I can tell them I was driving my car.
So,
And I knew I wouldn't get in trouble, so I saved his ass on that
so
one.
Tyler drug you out of the vehicle.
Correct.
So he should have been covered with blood, right?
No, I mean, I didn't have that much blood on me. My face, my eye,
But you had enough blood
You didn't have that much
splashed back.
blood splattered all over the inside of the vehicle.
then yes, I see where y'all going. I understand that. Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe he had blood on him. I don't know. We both
He
went to
did.
the hospital. I don't know.
He didn't have blood on him.
I don't know. I don't know if he used his shirt. I don't know what he did.
No, he didn't.
Okay. I don't know, sir.
Okay.
I don't.
And like I said,
But I'm not.
I have an eyewitness that drove up right as soon as you guys crashed
Okay.
and saw both of you guys, both occupants of the vehicle, placing guns into the woods near the vehicle.
Well, I will gladly fight that
Okay. All right.
because I can promise you that that's not true.
Okay.
If I had anything to do putting them in the woods, I would let you know right now.
Okay.
Not true.
All right. Well, like I said, as soon as I get the results back from
Yes, sir.
FDLE, man.
And look, and sir, I want to tell you this,
Mhm.
and I'm being serious.
Okay.
Y'all get these results back, get me for it, get me. You know why? Because I did y'all wrong now then. You know, I deserve that shit, just like when I was a kid, like you brought up.
Well, here's the thing,
Look,
man.
when y'all get that video, I ain't gonna be on that shit, man. I know what Tyler's dad is doing. I didn't know when I got the charge of harboring a minor, I didn't know. I didn't know he was a runaway, man. I didn't know that shit. He came and went like all the other kids came and went.
Well, here's my thing. From what I read of that, you're the reason why he got arrested because you kept egging him on, telling them that they can't do anything to you.
That lady, the officer said that I was egging him on.
Is she lying?
No. He had already been like getting into it with her.
Mm-hmm.
Did I say something that led to me getting arrested? Yeah, but did it add him on to that point? No, it didn't.
So then the officer's lying in her report then.
I didn't egg him on like that. I got arrested for what I got arrested for. I mean, that was doing my part. But I'm not gonna sit here and say that I influenced Tyler in any type of way.
Okay.
No, that wouldn't. I'm not gonna say that.
All right. You.
I'm just waiting my fingerprints and for you to come back.
Okay.
And I'm ready for that. I mean that. I mean that, man. I'm not gonna sit here and bullshit you. I know how this works. It comes back, I get fucked. And you know what? That's fine.
Okay.
Because I know the truth. I know what I did
Okay.
and didn't do. I know.
All right, man. I appreciate you talking to us.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it.
All right.
So this is for you.
Yes, that's me.
Get a card for you, sir. All right. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thanks. I can bring that up, that's fine. All right, sir. So you got a chance to talk to him?
Yeah.
Did you show him whatever you need to on the phone?
No. No, there was a password on there, and she just brought it back down to my dad. I didn't get the chance to show her on it. I wanted to. I told her I did. She was talking about emailing it, that I could do it, and then I didn't get the chance to.
All right. Well, of course, you got the warrants. You know about them, so you're under arrest for those. And then you probably get a chance to go before, since you did it before the weekend, before you turned yourself in, which I put in the paperwork that you self-surrendered. You'll go before judge in the morning. They'll decide whether you're not going to have a bond or not, and then they'll go from there. Okay? You just stick your
Is it okay if I bring this with me?
Yep. Just stick your hands right up front of here. Thanks. Don't do that.
I guess I'll just leave that. I don't need that Sharpie.
Okay, you just stay seated for me. Rotate your chair around this way. Can you put your feet up there for me? Thanks. Make it easier for everybody. Good socks on?
Yes, sir. Low socks.
Hopefully you won't try and bring me. When you walk with these, you take small steps. All right, we have a van that's going to come to transport you.
All right.
So I'll take you down there and I'll get you going. That's better than our new small cars anyway. Take this out. Stand up if you don't mind. Put that shirt back along and then we'll go.